All right, so to get started here, the first thing that we're going to do is make sure that when a user makes changes to a note, other users that are currently editing that note will receive those changes. Now, the way that this is going to work is just like how we had our server send an event through that connection when a client first connects, right? Here, let's just open that up and take a look at that. Just like we had our server emit this initial note data thing with the note that the user is currently on, we're also going to have the server emit another event whenever this update note event happens. All right, because just to review the way that this works, when a new client connects, right, we receive this connection event on our server, and the callback of this has a reference to the socket of the client that just connected. So what that means is that every time we refer to this socket here, we're referring to the individual client that connected inside this callback, right? So when we say socket.emit, we're only sending this data to the client that just connected. So let's say that we have 10 other clients that are currently connected at that time. They won't receive this event. Okay, now what we want to happen when a user updates a note is we want to send that updated note to all of the currently connected clients, right? So if we have 10 clients connected, another one connects and makes a change to the note, we're going to want all of those clients, right, all 11 of those total clients to receive an event that contains this updated data, okay? So here's how that's going to work. Instead of saying socket.emit, which is how we send an event to an individual socket, right, the one that connected inside of here, we're going to use io.emit. io.emit will actually send an event to all currently connected clients. So what that's going to look like, we're going to say io.emit, and then we're going to want some kind of other event, right? We're going to want to say something like note updated. Okay, this will be in contrast to update note, which is more of a command coming from the client that's telling the server, hey, this note needs to be updated now. So that's how it's going to work. We're going to emit a note updated event, but we're going to need to send that updated note to all of the clients. So what we're going to actually do here is change this notesdb.update1 call to notesdb.findOne and update, just because that'll make it easier to get all of the information in one place here. So we'll say const result equals await notesdb find one and update. We're going to just have to add this return document after thing so that we're getting the updated document and not the original document. So return, oops, that should be return document after. Okay, and then we just get the updated note by saying const note, or here we'll say const updated note. And that'll be equal to result.value. And this needs to be a comma there, of course. So now we can send back the updated note to the client side just like that. All right, so all connected clients are going to receive this note updated event that they'll have to perform some kind of logic for. All right, so that's the backend logic here. Let's head over to the note detail page again. We're going to open up the note detail page. And what we're going to have to do is, in addition to having our socket listen for this initial note data thing here, we're going to also have it listen for a note updated event, right? Which is the one that we're emitting whenever someone else or this client updates a note. So what that's going to look like, we're going to say socket.on, and then the event name here, of course, is going to be note updated. And the callback here is going to take the updated note as an argument. And we're going to have to perform pretty much the same logic as we did up here. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to take set updated title, set updated content, set role, and put those down here. And there we go. Okay, and these are just going to need to change to updated note and updated note and updated note. All right, cool. So we're listening now for this note updated event. And that should trigger corresponding changes in the client side for all clients that are currently connected. So let's just test this thing out and see where we're at. What we're going to do is start up our application by running npm run dev inside our notes app directory. And let's open up a note here. All right, so we're on this note here. And what we're going to have to do is share this note with another user so that we can have them open it up in a different browser. You'll see what I mean in just a minute here, but I'm going to share this with my other user here. We'll say Sean Wassell test1. And then we'll type out the full email address. And then we'll say can edit. Okay, so we're going to share this now. And it should be shared successfully with that user. And what we're going to do is we're going to open up an incognito window here in our application as well and log in with that other user. So we're just going to log in with the test1 email. Okay, there we go. And the password, hopefully I remember that one. And it looks like I need to verify my email, so just give me a second to do that here. All right, so let's try that again now. We'll say test1. And then I'll try and log in again here. And we'll say log in. And there we go. So we see this one shared with me note here, which we can access. And what we should be able to see now, if we've done everything correctly, is when we make changes in our other note, right, when this user makes changes to that note, those changes should be immediately reflected over on this user's screen here. So here's what that's going to look like. We're going to say edit, and we're going to just type some stuff in here. And sure enough, we'll see that those changes show up there. Now, if you really want to see how real-time this is, what you can do is actually put these windows side by side here. All right. And we can see that as we edit this thing, almost immediately those changes are taking effect. All right, and the same thing is true for the title as well. So we can say, hello, other Sean. Whoa, and it looks like we've inadvertently created an infinite loop here if we type too quickly. So that's something we're going to have to take a look at here as well. So let's just close both of these pages for now. And of course, we're going to have to check into why that's happening and fix it. But the point here for the time being is that WebSockets have allowed us to create real-time communication between two browsers, and that allows one user to see the updates that another user is making almost instantaneously. So I hope this has been informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.